Thank you very much for the time the glory judges are respected. The motion that we will be debating in this afternoon is this House would give social service and skill training for gambling offenders rather than imprisonment. Glory judges are respected. Gambling can lead some to the hate of wealth, yet at the same time, it drags many others to the abyss of poverty and ruin without mercy. So, can we truly say justice is served if gambling offenders walk free with just social training, while their victims suffer the fallout? We truly disagree. We oppose replacing imprisonment with social services for gambling offenders because it undermines access, accountability, disregards the pain of victims, and weakens the law's ability to prevent further offenses. So that the glory judges are respected. My name is Majida Alfizainah, the delegation of SMA Ibrahim II Sukoharjo. As the opposition team, my voice will be started in 3, 2, 1, go panel. Glory judges are respected. We oppose this measure with many considerations that I will conclude in 2 points. My first point, the glory judges are respected. Judicative shopping is a serious issue in the enforcement of gambling laws, especially for forms of gambling that are difficult to trace. Since types of gambling like online gambling, SMS-based betting, and layered networks are extremely difficult to trace, offenders can exploit legal inconsistencies and systemic weakness to avoid punishment. This results in ineffective legal processes, allowing offenders to shop for more lenient jurisdiction or take advantage of regulatory loopholes for personal gain. Online gambling has exploded in scale from 15 trillion to 327 trillion Indonesian rupiah from 2020 to 2023, showing how widespread and embedded it has become. Exposure via digital ads makes access easy and hidden. 82% exposed, 60% participants using e-wallet with small bets. In conclusion, without a strong legal framework, offering rehabilitation to gambling offenders will only increase the opportunity for them to continue illegal practices without deterrence, ultimately weakening justice for society as a whole. For my second point, the glory judges are respected. Social service and skill training for gambling offenders is not enough to give that right effect. We must address that gambling offenders come from many backgrounds, low class, middle class, or even upper middle class. Some of them are amateur, others are experienced, addicted, or maybe the gambling operator itself. Applying the law equally to gambler will not be effective for those in the upper level of gambling community. It can cause them to reduce or lighten the punishment imposed. But this is found in research by meta-analytic finding. They stated that even punitive program can sometimes increase recidivism by up to 26%, while poorly designed rehabilitative efforts may not fare any better. That's why the mechanism that this motion proposed is not at all effective to prevent gambling cases. So that the glory judges are respected, we agree with rehabilitation, but that hastily erasing imprisonment and law as punishment, we should strengthen the law with mechanism that we propose. The first mechanism is make a layered law, gives different intensities to different kind of gambler. 10 years of imprisonment for amateur, 15 for experience, and so on with those who is addicted or maybe even the gambling operator itself. And the second mechanism that we propose is stronger fines or administrative sanction. As we know, for gambling, the maximum fine is 25,000 Indonesian rupiah. So that we must improve this administrative sanction with like what stated in Article 77 regarding money laundering. It might be the answer, that is asset seizure. So in conclusion, I begin this debate with a question. What happens if gambling offenders is let go without deterrent punishment? Now we know, when justice becomes mercy without consequence, crime becomes a game and society pays the game. Thank you very much for the time. I'm proud of my stance.